Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Today in Quarantine. I'm your host, Renee Cross, coming to you live from Lincoln, Nebraska, where the deer and the antelope play. True story. Today in Quarantine, today is June 19th, 2020, and episode 90. That's 90. We are 10 episodes away from episode 100, which is mind-blowing to think about. But yeah, it's Friday, and with Friday comes a relief because tomorrow is Sabbath. And here in Lincoln, we are starting to get back to church tomorrow. And I think the two churches in Lincoln are going to get back to church tomorrow. One is already opened, and one is going to open next week. And I don't remember when the other two are opening. But yeah, our other three are opening. We're getting into the swing of things here. But today, what I wanted to talk about is two things. One is that we're not all free until all of us are free. And all is this all-inclusive word. And when one person isn't, then none of us are. Thankfully, we have Jesus to thank for that, who died so that we could all be free. And for us who are now free to go and help others to realize that they are free as well. Because some people are free, but they don't know it. And some people are free, but they think they're slaves. Anyway, it kind of leads right into the other thing that I'm going to talk about today, which is Juneteenth. Today is Juneteenth. It comes from June 19th, and so because you have like the last consonant of June is N, and the first consonant of 19th is N, so we just kind of combine them together and make June 19th, Juneteenth. It's Juneteenth. That's what we've got today. And Juneteenth is the celebration of recognizing when all people were finally set free in the United States, when all Black people were finally set free in the United States. The Emancipation Proclamation came out in 1863. And by that proclamation, it set all the slaves free. Now, if that was to happen today, it would probably be this national headline. We would know about it. President Lincoln would have tweeted it. There would be Facebook posts about it, everything. We would probably know about it today. Well, that's considering that we could read as Black people and Black slaves. But the point is that the president set the slaves free. And over the next 2 years, people were slowly starting to figure out that they were free. And it was in 1865, so 2 years and actually 2 months after that, is when slaves in Galveston, Texas, were told that they were free and that they had technically been free for the past 2 years and 2 months. The reason for the 2 months is that the farmers actually the slave owners wanted to have help with their crops, and so they didn't tell the people that they were free until the crops were finished being harvested. So, fun fact for you there. And so, the people in Galveston, Texas were told that they were free, and so free indeed they were. And they packed up and started to get out. And across the world and across the United States, Juneteenth has come to be known as a celebration of being free from. It's come to be a celebration of general emancipation. There are several other countries, I'm sure, that have their emancipation days as well. I know Jamaica is one of them that has an Emancipation Day and an Independence Day. But in the United States, it's come to be known as a sort of Independence Day as well, which is pretty cool to know that we have that. It actually begs the question of July 4th as the day of the Independence Day in the United States, because, we don't celebrate necessarily the day when Lincoln set the slaves free, or he proclaimed the Emancipation Proclamation. We don't celebrate that day. We celebrate the day when people were actually free. And America, in July 4th, 1776, declared themselves free, but then still fought a war to continue. And so it begs the question, were they really free? Is freedom a state of mind or a state of being? Let me know what you think in the comments in the chat, because it's just a very interesting concept of, the Americans decided to set themselves free, but then they weren't actually free for another 4 years. When did the Revolutionary War end? The Revolutionary War ended in 1783. So they fought for a good 8 years. And 7 years after they signed the Declaration of Independence is actually when they won the war. So maybe we should have a different celebration day. Don't know. Let me know what you think. At least on an American level, not just a Black people level. But one of the beautiful things about this country is its many people, and what has come out of this country in terms of that. Just look it up. What things did Black people invent? What ways can you celebrate Black people and being Black today? One of those ways that I'm finding is what's called the Black National Anthem, which is Lift Every Voice and Sing. Lift Every Voice and Sing was written by James Weldon Johnson. It's a poem written by James Weldon Johnson, and it was set to music by his brother, J. Rosamond Johnson. And it was actually originally performed first as a celebration of Abraham Lincoln's birthday. And then it kind of turned into a song. And in 1919, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, or the NAACP, dubbed it the Negro National Hymn for its power in voicing a cry for liberation and affirmation for the American people. So just kind of read through the verses. There's 3 of them, and I think they're just very, very powerful verses. And if you'd like to kind of hear or see a really cool version of it, check out today's Google Doodle. Just type in google.com and hit play on the Google symbol, and you can see what that looks like. Very cool. I just watched it. It was really cool. All right, here it is. Lift every voice and sing. Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise as high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died. Yet with a steady beat, have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed? We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come, treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered. Out from the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, Thou who hast by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path, we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee, lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadowed beneath thy hand, may we forever stand, true to our God and true to our native land. It's a beautiful, beautiful song, beautiful poem. If you haven't heard it, go look it up. Sung by any choir, really. There's a really popular arrangement that I cannot remember who arranged it. But it's just a beautiful choral arrangement of it, and it's kind of the standard one. Let me see if I can find it. Man. Is it Rolo Dilworth? I think it's Rolo. Anyway, look it up. Hum along with it, sing with it. It's a beautiful song. Beautiful, beautiful song. And what was I going to say? Oh, I think this song is actually really descriptive of the Christian experience as well. And when we are able to adopt this idea of being unified in one through Christ, as one through Christ, and we are able to look back at our history as church and as church people, we will truly be able to appreciate who we are as Christians. Who we are as Christians. All right. Well, happy Juneteenth, everybody. And we are going to move into our favorite section of the day, the weather. Today's weather, it is kind of nice and rainy. So that's nice. It's actually been a cooler day today. It's about 75 degrees. Like I said, I'm always thinking about what we'd be doing at camp right now. And one of the things that we would be doing is that we would be usually having like beach blast or field day. And it's really funny because every year for the past like 2 or 3 years, we've had beach blast, which is, we're all out on the beach playing around and stuff. And usually it's been on the Friday and it's super cold. So we're like, why? And today again, it's cold. So that's fun. That's all right though. Because we're not at camp now, so yeah. Okay, so it's actually time for your favorite part of the show. I know. This is the time where I tell some dad jokes, and I get to laugh at them and assume that you laugh with me. Alrighty then. How does a penguin build its house? It glues it together. Oh man, I got into an accident and had a neck brace fitted years ago, and I've never looked back since. Oh boy. Let's see here. What else? What's the best way to watch a fly fishing tournament? Live stream. What did the coffee report to the police? A mugging. Somebody came to my door asking for a donation to build a community swimming pool, and so I handed him a glass of water. Alrighty. Yesterday it rained, and I thought that my garden had flooded actually, but it just turns out it was a leak. All right. Last one for today. Last one. These are actually really funny today. Oh, I missed it. I can't find it anymore. All right. No, where did it go? Oh, what do you do when you're addicted to seaweed? You seek help. Seek help. Seek help. Oh boy. Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in to today's special Juneteenth episode of Today in Quarantine. We'll see you tomorrow in quarantine for another episode of Today in Quarantine. Have a great day. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Bye.